Hello everyone, this is Oma Giona and I'm back for my video commentary on Korean drama Run On. This is episode 15. It took me forever to get this ready because I was having Run On withdrawals. We had finale week and now it's all over, and I feel like once I'm done with these commentaries, it's really gonna be done, and like, what do I do with my life? I love this show so much. But yeah, we gotta let go of what we have to let go of. So let's get into this episode 15 of Run On. Shoop. So we start off with the scene where Miju finishes the race, the marathon, and Sungyum was waiting for her. And she says here, "It's my first time finishing a race." In Korean, she said, "내 첫 결승전," literally my first finish line. And I believe that when she did this to Sungyum, because like after that, Sungyum like went like this, like the ET reference. But I think what she was trying to do was she's pointing at him, like, you were my first finish line. You waited for me and now I'm here, kind of thing. But then Sungyum just thought it would be like the ET reference that she's doing. But whichever one, it's still cute and very meaningful. And this also goes back to that time when they first drank together, when Sungyum forgot that he has an appointment with Miju. And so he was running really fast and he ran past Miju. Miju was like, "Yeah, you're running so fast." And he said, "You know what? If I timed it, it would have been 9 seconds, or would have been like 9 seconds or under." And I just realized that was what Youngil was talking about when he came in second that last time. Because he was talking about 9 seconds, but it never clicked to me. So they meant that 9 seconds is like their finish line. It's their big goal. Everyone who's doing this sport thinks of 9 seconds as like a record to break kind of thing. And for Sungyum to say, like, kind of like, "You're my 9 second," that's just so sweet. And me just saying that, "You're my first finish line," just so beautiful. You guys probably know what this is. Catch Me If You Can. You would see this in a lot of dramas when like a couple is playing around and then they would say, "Catch me if you can. 날 잡아봐라." Try to catch me. 날 잡아봐라. I really love the relationship between Jung Sil-jang and Dana. They don't really talk a lot about personal things, personal matters, but whenever something like this happens, Jung Sil-jang would be there, and Dana feels comfortable enough to share what she's thinking. And here, Jung Sil-jang was even saying, like, "It seems like you're not supporting yourself, so I'm here to support you in your decision." It's just so sad that Dana always thinks that when she likes something, it's bound to end. That's because she's been experiencing these things, like say for soccer. She loves that sport so much. She wanted to play soccer, maybe for a living, but because of the company, she couldn't do that, and she had to give it up. So she's used to these things. Now her mindset is that, oh, when I like something, when I love something, it's gonna end. I mean, it's not wrong, but it's not very positive. And so it kind of, everything just follows, you know. And then she just goes, "Well, yeah, I knew this was coming." This is just like Miju with her past relationships. She's like, whenever I try to talk to them about it, they just break up with me. And so she did the same thing with Sungyum. Instead of talking it out, she was just like, "You know what, let's break up," kind of thing. It's based on your experiences. That's how you react in the future. But of course, you can still learn from it. That's evident with the last line in this scene. Jung Sil-jang asks, "Are you scared that you're gonna lose him?" And Dana says, "No, I'm sad." So technically she's already given up. She's not even scared that it's gonna happen. She knew it was gonna happen, and that makes her sad. The scene is beautiful. One thing about Run On that I really enjoy is how natural it is. You can really imagine it happening in real life. I mean, dramas are not real. They're fiction, even though they're close to reality. But most of the time, things are set up. They were made that way so that the plot would keep moving. But here, they just talk about things, and I love how Miju went like, you know what, we can't do anything about that. Let's talk about us. Like, I haven't seen you for a while. Let's talk about what are you doing right now? Like, is your work going okay? How is Wushik? And things like that. It just flowed so naturally. And the way they act, it's just so natural. I can't describe how much I love this pairing and just how organic it looks when they're on screen. I love how Miju here says, you should also think about what's good for you. Miju is all about self-care, and Sungyum is kind of like the opposite, at least before he met Miju. But Sungyum still tends to like put other people above himself, which is not really bad, but he tends to forget himself and just sacrifice the things that he likes so that other people can be happy, kind of thing. I've attended a lot of workshop about self-care, and the thing that always sticks to me was that you can't give what you don't have. And so how can you give love to other people when you don't have it yourself? Like, you're empty. Like, what can you give? Like, you don't have anything in your hands. So you have to love yourself first. You have to be full so you can share it with other people. We tend to forget these things, which is just natural. I do it all the time. But we always have to try and think about ourselves too. Because really, if you don't love yourself, you can't give it out to other people. This is so funny. They confronted Dana and they were like, well, what's gonna happen about like this marriage thing? Like, we're opposed to this and stuff like that. It's just so funny how Dana's like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess you're supposed to be here, Miju, because you're dating him and you're close to me. That's what they said. Like, that's what the subtitles say. I have here the script in Korean. Also, if you change your subtitles, if you're watching from Netflix, if you change your subtitles to Korean, you would see like exactly what they're saying. And here she says, 너랑 만나는 사이고 나랑도 만나는 사이인데. So you can also translate it as, she's dating you, but she's also dating me, kind of thing, because she uses the word manna, which is meet, but you can also use it for date. So she's right, like, she's meeting with Miju a lot, but she's implying that Miju's dating them both. And it's funny how Sungyum reacted. He's like, what? You two are dating without me knowing? It's just so funny. And then Dana just says this like also seriously, and Miju's like, wait, what's going on? Because what Sungyum said was, 둘이 나 몰래 만나는 사이예요? Were you guys dating behind my back? Kind of thing. It's just so funny. And it's so beautiful how, if you look back to like the first couple of episodes, Miju and Sungyum just don't get each other. They just don't line up. They're very different people. They don't get each other's jokes. Sungyum doesn't get the movie references and all that. And then here you can see just how much they've changed, and they've become so alike. When they came out, Miju said, oh, I have to go back there. I have stuff to talk to her about. And Sungyum jokes that, hey, just don't hit her. And Miju's like, yeah, I'll try to go easy on her. Like, they just match now. And it's so nice to see in the course of the drama how much they've changed. Like, and it's so natural too, because technically so much time has passed, right? Yeah. Then Miju goes in, tells Dana like, don't call Sungyum again, late at night. And the word that she uses, because Dana calls Sungyum Ki Sonsu, which is athlete Ki. That's just how she calls him. And Miju says, Ki Sonsu shi. The subtitle just said, seriously, when Dana said, Ki Sonsu shi. So the translation of what Miju said was Mr. Athlete Ki, which is a kind of like just double and it overlaps kind of thing. Ki Sonsu shi. And then here Ushik treats Youngil to a meal because he sold like the books and other reviewers that he got before because he was trying to study instead of continuing his running career. And he says that it's better than keeping it with me. I feel elevated in a way. In Korean, he says, 계속 갖고 있으면 짐 되니까 팔고 나니 후련하네요. Because I kept on holding on to these things, they feel like burden that I have to carry. But now that I've sold them, I feel refreshed. Like, it's like a thorn has been taken out. So I feel better now, kind of thing. This is so true. During the lockdown in March here, I didn't work for like 2-3 months. And so I was just at home. And I've watched this Korean reality show called 신박한 정리. I think it's in English, House Detox. I watch it because Yoon Kyun-sang is in there. But the MCs are Shin Era. She's an actress. Pang Nare. She's an MC comedian. And then there's Yoon Kyun-sang. He's an actor. And what they do in that show is they go into people's houses with permission. They kind of get hired, and then they go into these people's houses and organizes them. And the first step into organizing their house is to let go of the things that you don't need, deciding which one you need and which one you don't really need it, you just kind of want it, but you don't use it, kind of thing. And you separate them, and then you let go of the things that you don't need. And the people there, at first it's really hard because sometimes they're the things that are really special to you. Like Kyun-sang was holding on to his like military uniform, his boots from when he was doing his military service. Lots of memories in there, but he doesn't need them, you know, like he doesn't use them anymore. And kind of like the first step is to let go of those things that you don't need. And I've tried it. I've been organizing the house since then, little by little. And for real, you don't use these things, you don't even see them, but it makes your house and yourself feel heavy. They feel like burden to you because you keep carrying them. So you gotta let it go, just like what Ushik did. I mean, those are just books and reviewers, but it keeps pulling him down, you know? So now that he's let go of them, everything's so much better. You feel refreshed. So maybe give that show a try. Watch it. 신박한 정리, House Detox. And yeah, it's quite addicting. I've organized a lot in the house. My closet, the fridge, pantry, the laundry room. It's so much better. Organizing is awesome. And now we see the confirmation. Yejun says it himself. Yejun comes out and tells mom that he's gay. We had it coming. We kind of knew that he like Younghwa. Dana also caught on to this, but it's nice to see him actually saying it out loud. It must be really hard for him, but he did it. I just want to point out that when he said, I'm gay, What he said in Korean was 난 남자 좋아해, which is I like guys, I like men, which ties up to the next scene with Ye-chan comforting him, and what Ye-chan said was, you know what, I like men too. It's not that special. It was just nice to see the parallel with Ye-jin saying before, I like men, and then Ye-chan comforting him, I like men too. You know, we're kind of the same. You're not very different. It's not something that's to be looked down upon, because I like men too. It's just so sweet. Siblings, sometimes you hate them, sometimes you love them. Oh, this rooftop scene. I would say top 5 scenes from this drama. Dana came up and she said, what's going on? What she said was, 뭐야 이 그림? So what's going on here? What's this picture that I'm seeing? But 그림 is the word for picture, scenery, painting. She went there because she wanted her painting. And she says, 뭐야 이 그림? And so she was looking for her painting, like, where's my 그림? And Younghwa covers her eyes and goes, here it is, your 그림. And she's like, are you kidding me? They said it was picturesque. This is picturesque. But yeah, just some insight. It was just so funny. They were drinking soju plus mikju, beer. And they were drinking it from like coffee cups. It's just so cute. Oh, I've always wanted to try this, like a rooftop house, a rooftop room, and then you grill some samgyeopsal. That would be so amazing. I'm currently a rooftop dweller on Drama Beans. I don't know when I'm gonna level up, but I like being in that level. And like, it's just so natural. I keep saying this, but like their friendship, the interactions, something that you would do with real people. It's so funny how Dana forgot Sungyum's name, because like I said before, she keeps addressing him as Ki Sonsu, athlete, Ki. And because she's been doing that, she forgot his name. She had to look it up. And she's like, wow, Ki Sonsu. Like, it's bound to come up. And she actually saw it was Sungyum. And she's like, oh, no, it was Sungyum. They're like, no, we're done with you, Dana. Go away. And Sungyum and Miju acting all cute, feeding each other. Younghwa being dorky. Dana trying to kill Younghwa. It's just so funny. And the surprise of the century, goodness me, this made me laugh so hard. I wasn't expecting it. It made so much sense, but I wasn't expecting it at all. Mei and Jihyun, like, oh my gosh. They were here on the slide, and Mei was calling Jung Sil-jang Jihyun by his first name. Jihyuna means that they're quite close now, and Jung Sil-jang even calls her Nuna. Subtitles just say Mei, as usual. But he calls her Nuna, and Miju was like, Nuna? They're like, wait, what? You guys are this close to call each other by first name and like saying Nuna? It means that Mei is older than Jung Sil-jang. And just the look on their faces, like Dana and Younghwa, like, what? It's just perfect. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. When that birthday party thing happened, oh, I love the scene that they put here too. In Jung Sil-jang's perspective, just watching all the confetti, and then Mei just goes like, ha ha ha, looking all so pretty. And he fell in love. It's just so cute. And if you look at them, they kind of look alike, and they have this similar personality. You just know that they would click. And so I can't believe I never saw this coming. It's always nice to see Dana smiling. She usually has her walls up because that's what she does, so she doesn't get hurt. So her real self won't be seen by the world. But here she's just smiling, talking to Younghwa, looking at him. And she has all her walls down. And we don't see Dana like this a lot. And this is like leaps and bounds of development for her. I'm just so happy that she finally got to this point where she can do this. Just smile without thinking about who's looking or who's there. I'm so proud of Dana. Also so proud of Younghwa. He says here that he said that his next goal is to keep distance from her, which makes sense. Before, he's super clingy, wants to see her lots, but now he's realized probably that they're standing on different grounds and that he has to be mature in his relationship. That shows so much growth from Younghwa, from both of them. Yukjiwoo went to May's agency, entertainment business, and in this scene, May asked her for a signature on a poster, and she says, sure, as many as you'd like. In Korean, she said, 100장도 해드리죠. I can even sign 100 posters for you. Just shows how humble and loving Yukjiwoo is. She's top star. Like, you don't see this person out on the streets. Like, it's a 1 in a million chance kind of thing. And she's out here saying, I can even sign 100 for you if you want. Then Miju comes in and talks to Jiwoo, and she was expecting that. She already knew about her and Sungyum, and she was scared because by experience, the other parent was really rude to her, telling her to like just kind of leave Sungyum alone. So based on that experience, Miju is acting like she's already going to reject her. But of course, Yukjiwoo is super nice. She recognized her as that fan from the film festival. That's big. And ever subtly, she kind of says, like, I support you dating my son. Oh, when are you going to send the coffee truck? You and Sungyum can do it. Like, she's accepting the relationship. That's a big thing for Miju. And like I said earlier, based on our experiences from the past, it shapes our mindset. But things like this changes that mindset. Like, okay, that's not always how it goes. There are variables. There are people like her who would do the opposite. And so now hopefully her mindset would change and be more positive in the future. It's so funny how Miju couldn't remember the word agent when she was trying to say that, oh, Sungyum is doing something, he has a job, but she can't remember the word agent because she's so nervous. I mean, she has liked Yukjiwoo for the longest time and she's basically a fan. I totally get this. When I saw Ryuk, Ryuk is from Super Junior and he's my favorite member. Like him for so many years now. So last year I saw him. I went to the airport and I saw him, and like he was just so close, right? It's crazy. And I mean, I've learned Korean for 12 years. I can do normal conversation without problem, but I saw him, and what I was trying to say was, I came from Canada. Like, I came all the way from Canada to see you, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was Canada 왔어요. So, like, forgetting all the grammar rules, I just said, like, Canada came. That's technically what I said. It was like, Canada 왔어요. Oh my gosh. It was so embarrassing, but I was panicking. Like, I forgot all the words that I have learned. He was so nice. He actually turned around and said, 안녕. And I'm like, yeah. He's super kind. But I totally understand Miju here. Like, oh gosh, when your idol is like right there, you forget everything. And here Miju being the worst person ever, spoiling the end of Candy for May. Oh gosh, May's like, I will kill you. Why are you spoiling it? It's not even out in the theaters yet. You kidding me? Oh, that's so mean. Like, oh, I hate it when people spoil things. I mean, I've probably spoiled some things, but not by intention. And I just hate it. So what I do is, like, for Run On, I watch it right away before I go to work at like 5:36, just so that I won't get spoiled. For One Piece, it's even worse because it's everywhere. As soon as the spoilers go up on Reddit, I don't go on Reddit, I don't go on Twitter, I don't go on YouTube, Facebook. I just don't go anywhere until the chapter comes out because I don't want to get spoiled. Like, and people might spoil it unintentionally, so I just distance myself away from everything. Just don't spoil me. Oh, my dear Unbi, she's so kind. Even when she's the one who has the rumors going on, she's disadvantaged right now. She has problems with Ryan and all that. But she was thinking, like, what if this scandal that I have affects her father's election? And I'm like, no, Unbi. I love how Sungyeom tells her, no, you know what? We have to be selfish from time to time. Like, you've given up so much. You've sacrificed so much for this family. It's time for you to think about yourself. And that's big coming from Sungyeom because he's also a person just like her who would just passively, okay, right? But now he's learned so much from Miju that you have to think of yourself as well and not just sacrificing everything for other people. Okay. I'm not sure if Dad here was just tired, if he was actually sick with some kind of disease. That it was nice to see him like this. Like, not that I was happy that he's suffering, or maybe a little bit, but it was nice to see villains going through stuff like normal people do, and that now we know he's also just keeping an image out there, but he's really struggling. This painting is so beautiful. It's perfect. This is so cool because when we saw like kind of like the draft, it was kind of just like the flowers, like smudges all over. We didn't see him drawing Dana on the side there. And the difference on how his pictures were before, Dana mentioned that Younghwa's drawings are dark, and he uses like the darker tones before, but now it's all like bright and colorful. And she even says, it's so noisy, I can hear it. That what he meant by that painting is that I love you to Dana. Oh, it's just so cute. And Dana having this like big smile on her face. You can see her emotions coming out. And she's not this kind of person. So she really has all her guards down. And I was so happy. But then she got that call and the ending of this episode just broke me. She got that call and I knew something happened to her dad. And in her mind, it would be like, what happens now? At this point, we don't know. Did Dad die? Did she just find out that he was sick because they were hiding it from her? Like, what happens now? What does she have to do? There's so many things going on, right? Right after she saw the painting that made her so happy, that phone call was like reality dragging her back. Like, no, that's not your world. This is where you belong. Come back. This last scene, it was so cool how Younghwa was like, can you drive? And Dana was like, there's nobody else here but me. I just feel like if this was a different drama, Younghwa would be like, okay, I will drive, even though he can't really drive that well. Just the growth from everyone. Dana letting go. Younghwa letting go. On a normal, he wouldn't. If this was the old Yoonghwa from the past, he would have been like, no, stay here. But he let her go. He understood what was going on. Anna going like shook, like pushing his hand away. And just how it was shot, I can totally feel both of them letting go, and it hurts so much. It's so sad looking at Yoonghwa, because really, what do you do in this situation? He understands. He wants to like hold on to her, but he gets it. So he just can't. I mean, watching this for the first time, I'm like, wait, what's gonna happen now? I like, give me more. Oh, it just hurts. Okay, so that's episode 15. Oh man, there's so many emotions in this one. Comedy, something unexpected. It's just a perfect setup for episode 16 to happen. But like watching it, it was just, oh gosh, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to watch episode 16 or I just want to stop here because I'm not ready for the finale kind of thing. But I mean, you have to let go. Another thing I wanted to talk about this episode was the use of product placement. Oh man, I really appreciate this writer for doing this, because it's so easy to just, of course you need the sponsorship, right? You need the money. And so you try to put the products as much as you can and do what the sponsors want. But most of the time it ruins the flow of the story, because whatever they do, if it's a product placement, it's obvious. It's right there because they have to show the brand. So we know what's going on. But this writer incorporates the product placement so well. I have a list here. So like that beer place, the Hokbujib. In this episode, they showed Miju and Sungyum drinking there. And they showed the menu for quite a while, just zooming in to that menu and what kind of food they have. But in that context, it makes sense because it's Sungyum looking at it. And we all know that Sungyum would like read the whole thing just to make sure, okay, this is what we should get. This is what we should get. I mean, it did the job. They showed us what they offer. And it's still related, because that's how Sungyum would act on a normal anyway. And if I was the sponsor, I would be so happy, because that was a really long scene. They showed the menu, showed the beer, showed the name of the place. From outside, they showed that like pole that has the name of the place. And it was a long scene. And then the hairstyler product placement. Oh, wow. Beautifully made. They showed Dana straightening her hair, and they showed the effect of the product, how it works. It showed how like it turns on and how it's wireless. It is so cool. And they showed it what it does to the hair, showed the brand, and incorporated it into the story based on Dana's character. She saw that and she's like, oh, this is pretty cool, and thought of it as a weapon and brought it over to Younghwa's place just in case. And Younghwa even says like, what's that? And she's like, nothing, just in case. And she carries it with her. So that's more screen time for the product placement. And even when she put it down, because she actually liked the painting, she puts it down, brand right there. Oh, perfect. I can just imagine the advertisement manager, or whatever the title is called, for the person who works with the drama to make sure like the products are in there, is probably like the happiest person in the world. Because in like meta dramas, you can see how hard it is for them to make sure that that the product goes in and that the actor would still act with it, usually with like the vacuum cleaners and all that. But yeah, I just want to commend this writer for doing her job with the sponsorship, making that money, and not ruining her work. It just shows, oh wait, I don't even know if she's a girl or a boy, but the writer for this, oh, amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. And for this episode, Learn Korean with Korean Dramas, I chose Jung Sil-jang. When they were teasing him, like, what kind of image have you made for yourself? When they were found out that he's dating Mei, and he told Younghwa, it's none of your business. The Korean sentence for this is namisa. Nam-isa. At first, I thought, well, I just accepted this. This is the translation, like, it's none of your business, whatever, you shouldn't care. I thought it was like an acronym, and so I thought it was like 남의 일에 상관하지 마 kind of thing, but I looked it up. It's kind of just like nam, which is stranger, and then sa is like an event or something that happened. So it's like another person or a stranger's business, so you shouldn't care kind of thing. But that's how you say it. Say like it's none of your business. 남이사. And that's it for me for Run On episode 15 commentary. Oh wow, it's been a while since I started doing this, and now we're nearing the end. I just have to do episode 16 now, and this drama would really be over. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be back for episode 16. And we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, I hope you like it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do after I'm done with episode 16 commentary. I'm not watching any dramas right now. But if you have any recommendations of what to watch, because I honestly don't know what to watch right now. I'm not caught up with the K-drama things. But let me know if you have any suggestions. And I will be back for episode 16. We'll see you then. Bye bye. Stay safe.